Welcome back to David Braley Athletic Center. Liam Dunlop, Masood Nazer, and we're here for the second game of the first day, the number 4 Humber Hawks versus the number 5 Langara Falcons. But the first game was Holland versus Medicine Hat, and that ended the way we thought it would.
Yeah, well, I mean, Medicine Hat came out the way they were supposed to, but I mean, at the same time, you weren't really expecting them to take out the number 1 seed. They did hang in there for a while, but obviously Holland got the W at the end of the day.
As you can see there, number 1 Holland took out Medicine Hat 80-63. But this game, number 4 Humber versus number 5 Langara. Humber lost the OCAAs to Mohawk, and they're going to want to redeem themselves in this game.
Right, 100%. And I mean, this is the only game in this bracket that we can probably call a really close game because we really don't know who's going to win this game. You know, you got the best team, second or first best team in Ontario versus the Langara Falcons, who's been the defending champs at one point. You know, very experienced, very good squad.
Yeah, so what are your keys for Humber today to beat the defending champions Langara Falcons?
Number 1 is pass the ball. This team is number 1 in assists. They know how to move the rock around, and they have a very efficient offense. That's number 1. Number 2 is stop Montel Lindgren. This guy's their point guard, very fast-paced player. You know, very hard-nosed defender too. I mean, I feel like if they keep him in check, they have a good chance of winning this game. And of course, work your offense. You know, this team's very good offensively, just like Humber is.
Definitely. What do you think Langara has to do to beat the Humber Hawks?
I keep up their defense. I mean, Humber's got a really octane offense, you know, but they have really active hands and really good rebounders. So if they can keep that, they have a good chance of winning.
So we're asking you, the fans, do you think the Langara Falcons will be able to defend their championship? What do you think?
It's
going to be tough.
But I mean, this is no slouch of a team. I mean, this is one of the best teams in Ontario. They're going up against outside of Mohawk as well. So I mean, it's tough to say, but the one thing we can look at for sure, Humber's played in this building before. They know what these rims are like. They've played Mohawk a couple of times, but we're going to have to find out.
Yeah, join us on YouTube. There's a little chat bar on the right side. We want to know what you think, and we're going to try to answer as many questions as you have during the whole game. So yeah, we're just about underway. And who are the starters for Humber, Masood?
Humber, we got number 3, Gibson Eduful. We got number 7, Braden Gahn. We got number 10, Tyrone Dixon, the double-double machine. We got number 13, Ensil Martin, and number 22, Kenny Ingham.
Yeah, Tyrone Dixon, OCAA Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 12 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, and 3 blocks per game. Just all-around great player. Who's starting for Langara?
Langara, they got number 4, Ruby Glenn. They got Ling Lee Garrett. They got number 11, Lokam Jatinder. They got number 13, Montel Lindgren, and number 14, Elliot Mason. They got They got Jatinder and Elliott being their 2 best players, you know, 14 and 16 points respectively between them. But, I mean, if those 2 guys can get it going, anything can happen in this game.
Yeah, very big team and very veteran team. This might be Langara's last chance to win a championship. And if they can double up from last year, that'll be huge for the program.
We talked about it in the pregame. They got 5 returning senior players. I mean, they won't be here next year, and it'll be in a complete rebuilding process. So like I said, one of my keys to the game was own the moment, you know what I mean? This is the last time that they're all probably going to be together, and they're going to come out hopefully with a win today.
Humber in the white, Langara in the pretty-looking orange jerseys. We're just about underway. They're just getting all set. We look at the stat sheet, 6 players on Humber averaging over 8.5 points per game, and that's scary.
Yeah, they spread out their offense really well. Like we said before, this team's very good when it comes to passing. They're not afraid to share the rock and get out of the offensive open. And, you know, again, like you mentioned it, you know, they have Tyrone Dixon averaging 12 points a game and a couple of other players as well. So, I mean, if they can get that going, they'll have a good chance at winning this game here.
Yeah, as a team, they shoot 48% from the floor, and that is scary, Humber does.
Yeah. Almost about ready away here.
And the tip is won by Humber. Left side is Gone. Gone gets trapped, gives it off to Ejim. Melvin Ejim's little brother for you NBA and college fans. Right side, Eduful for 3, and he nails it. Melvin Ejim's alma mater, Iowa State, upset in the March Madness today. And I had them go into the final 2, so that's very upsetting for my bracket.
64 teams, you have no idea who's going to win.
Going right side. Gives it up top. Ejim has it. Takes it, gives it Eduful. Dixon with the floater, and he misses. Almost tipped in by the Langara player. Lindgren. Ruby now inside. Lokam is their best player. Right hand hook, air ball. Strong offensive rebound there by Ling Lee. And he misses. Off to a strong pace. Right side, Gone. Oh, almost overthrew Eduful, but Gone gets it back. Corner three. Nothing but net.
Yeah, he's a really good shooter. Watch out for him, man. Don't leave that guy open.
But here comes Mason. Gives it off to Locum. Ruby doesn't take his dribbles, but gives it off. Mason with the miss. Another offensive rebound by Ling Lee, and he gets it taken away. Eduful. Just working on the offense. Ancio Martin up top. Eduful. Gone. Thought about it. Gives it Dixon. Dixon to Martin. Martin floats one up and in. 3 for 3 shooting already for Humber. Strong start. 8-0.
Yeah, if you're Langara right now, you're going to have to get your offense going somehow.
And there's Eduful right there with the steal, which caused a foul by Lindgren. So Humber's got to love the way the game's going. Langara's taking a quick timeout. The defending champs looking vulnerable right now.
Yeah, I mean, Humber wanted to make a statement in this game, man. They knew what they were up against today, and they're coming out with a bang.
Yeah, 3 for 3 so far. 1-3 in the corner by Gone, and everywhere they shoot
couple quick
it from.
steals as well.
Couple quick steals led to the foul there.
I think if Langara's smart right now, they got to be really careful with the basketball, especially when Humber's chumming up with those full court presses. They have to get the ball out quick every time down the floor.
What I really liked on the offensive end by Langara was Garrett Lingley going up there, getting a couple offensive rebounds, but just can't get it back up and under because the Humber Hawks are just relentless and they just have their hands all over that.
Yeah, and that all that goes to Ijum and Dixon. You know, those two guys are down low. They're going to alter shots left, right, and center. It's going to be really, really hard for them.
Everyone on the Humber Hawks is from Ontario, and most players for Langara are from Vancouver area, except for Devontae Williams is from Toronto, and Elliot Mason from Richmond as well. I love these orange jerseys that Langara has. It's just so bright. Some of the bright orange shoes are really, they're pretty much highlighter orange.
Yeah. And they always say nothing rhymes with orange, right?
That's a good one.
It is.
I cannot pick something that rhymes with orange right now. Eduful chucks it, and they're going to say that is off Locum. Just a fast pace by the Hawks so far. Going to get inbounds. Wide open and one for Tyrone Dixon.
Head coach Paul Ebernaut cannot be happy about this. You can see him kind of rubbing his eyes a bit, wondering what's going on right now with this team.
Yeah, Dixon has a lot in his game, but doesn't shoot very well from the line. 53%. And they're going to say that's off Ejim, off the miss from Dixon. Good half-court defense. They're going to call the block. That goes against Ejim. Good work by Glenn Ruby. Take it hard into the defense. Ruby will go to line for two.
See the head coach is yelling at his player, Montel Lindgren, their point guard for their team, telling him to lead his squad.
Ruby finally gets Langara on the board. 7:43 remaining in this first quarter. Second one is missed. Ejim with a strong rebound. Eduful taking the general position. Gone, right side, Ejim. Gets trapped, gets it off to Gone. Nice bounce pass to Eduful, left side. Eduful gets it back to Ejim.
Oh, some good defense there by Langara.
And he gets taken away by Eduful. And another quick foul. Elliot Mason picks up the foul there, trying to reach in. A little bit of frustration there as Eduful just easily took that ball away from Locum.
Eduful's just not giving up. Even though they lose the ball, he somehow gets the ball right back in his hands.
He has it right now. Dixon, right side, Gone. Back inside Dixon. He misses it. And Locum, a high off defensive rebound. Lindgren gives it to Ruby, gets it back, Lindgren. Lee wide open for the jumper. He misses that. Eduful crossing over, floating up and in. Ruby, got to get something going here. Mason spins off his man, double time. They're going to call the foul there against Gone. Using the forearms a little too much and pushing off. That'll be Langara's ball, right side out.
I think at the moment they're just trying to get their legs under them and try to get their offense going as best as they can.
Lindgren. Ruby. Not a lot of movement going on. So they get it in to Locum. 4 on the clock. Fade away. Boom!
Nice shot.
Dirk Nowitzki-esque.
Exactly Dirk Nowitzki-esque.
Eduful gets it back. Right side Gone. Crossing over. Leaves his feet. Tries to throw it to Dixon. Gets taken away by Lindgren. Lindgren gets swarmed by Eduful. They give it off to Mason. He misses the jumper. Martin gives it up to Ejim. Ejim spins back.
It's all these settings right here.
Dixon.
There's peaking, contrast, and break.
Ejim has it hit off his chest. Wasn't really expecting a pass from Martin. Lingley wide open, and that's an easy layup.
You can see Chad Bewley making his way for a sub. I think for Tyrone Dixon, he pointed that he wanted to sub off the bench.
Go. Eduful.
Ejim, sorry.
Right side, Martin. Almost took too many steps. Give it off to Dixon. Outside Eduful, he always very shifty. Going in the corner for 3. Let's see if he can do it again. No. Locum with the strong defensive board again. Nice no-look pass into Lingley. He gets it rejected. Taking it outside. 3-point attempt is good by Montel Lindgren. And Langara steadily cutting into the lead of Humber.
Yeah, still early in the game. Like I said, they still got to get their feet under them. They're not used to playing in this building. It takes a couple minutes for a team to adjust.
Especially traveling all the way from British Columbia. I've never flown out to British Columbia. Have you?
I heard great things.
I've heard great things about British Columbia. It's a beautiful place, but I've never gone out there.
It's good to see Langara actually trying to get their offense going a little bit. You know, they've done really well in that, and their defense too has really picked up in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Humber 12, Langara 8, and it was 10-0 for Humber. So I'm really liking Langara. That 3-point shot there by Lindgren was huge.
Beautiful, yeah. I mean, one dribble pull-up, nothing more to it. And the big thing is, I noticed Ejim and Dixon getting really active on the boards really early. You know, that's a great sign from Humber because that's how you know they're going to have a good game. It all starts on that defensive end with them.
Tinder Locum for Langara, all Canadian. He's an older player, shoots very well and shows great discipline as we've seen. He really gets into position, especially on the defensive boards, and he just boxes out. He can box out 2 men sometimes and get the boards. It's crazy. Eduful back across the timeline. Gives it off to Bewley. Gone has it.
And Bewley's a really dangerous player because he's that guy coming off the bench that's taking off Dixon and Ejim, and he's a very big body.
Eduful for 3. That is good.
He's got a quick 8 points for Humber.
Lindgren. Trying to look for something. No look pass into Lingley. They're going to call a hold on Humber. That goes against Junior Davis, who came off the bench. Here's the big man, Vule Grujic, who played great in that last regular season game against Mohawk that we did. And he's just a big force. Locum off the back rim. Tipped out, Eduful. They got the numbers. Stops, give it off to Davis. Davis cuts baseline. Vule for three. Boom.
Fired up Vule right there. Like I said, he's a dangerous player who can pretty much can shoot the ball, and he's a big body as well.
Elliot Mason into Lingley, and he misses the duck. Might have got hit, but no call. Vule right side, Gone. Gone has a lane. That means somebody's open. They're going to say Eduful stepped out of bounds before making his move, so that is a turnover for Humber. Lindgren against Eduful. That's a fun matchup. Locum gives it over to Lingley. Back inside Locum. Wide open. Ruby. Then he dishes it off. Nice pass and shot. Elliot Mason gets the pass, doesn't think twice, shoots it up.
Great job working that offense around to the open player.
Eduful. Vule almost got trapped. Vule gets it back. Throws it right away. Lindgren gives it off. Ruby, he gives it off. Excuse me, I can't keep up with this pace. Elliot Mason finally gets fouled while going for the left-hand layup. That'll go against Chad Bewley, the foul. Elliot Mason to the line for two. First one off every side of the rim and out.
You can see early on too, Humber getting in on the three-point action. You know, a couple players have already had to hit a three so far. So, like we said, efficient offense from Humber.
Second one is good, so he splits the free throws. Eduful almost slips, gets it back. Really bounce past Davis. All the way left side going, using as much shot clock as they can get. Off Bewley's face. They're gonna call the foul, I think, that's on Jatinder Locum. That'll be Humber ball underneath Langara's basket. Martin to inbound. Up top. That's an easy pass to Grujic.
Great play by Martin.
Yeah, he gets it back to Ansel Martin. He just floats it in off the rim. Max Newman goes up, gets his own offensive rebound. Ruby to Locum. Locum using the speed against the bigger man, finishes with the right hand. That's a smart play.
It's a good swooping play there by Tinder.
Davis. Grujic is that outlet pass if they don't have anything. Eduful again in the corner? No. Great hustle there by Glenn Ruby, keeping it in bounds. They're back underway. Awkward looking shot. Max Newman, good hustle. Finishing while in midair. Dixon getting ready to come back in. Also is Abubakar Khan for Langara. There's Grujic. Tried to get the foul call, tried to float it up with the right hand and missed. Newman has it again. He's hot.
Great play. Yeah, he's getting after it so far. And early on we can tell it's a really close game right now.
Lead is cut to 3. Humber 20, Langara 17. Minute and a half remaining in this first quarter. Davis, Grujic, all the way left side. Eduful has it now. Back inside to Grujic. Wide open, Junior Davis for 3. Oh, spins around and out.
That's frustrating for a shooter watching his shot rattle out like that.
Lindgren crossover, lose the ball. He said he got hacked and he gets the ball back. See if Newman can hit it again. Not this time. Deep rebound. Gonna set up the offense again. There's Locum. Loves that little float away. Newman gets the foul there, trying to go up to the 6'10" Grujic and take the ball away. Group substitutions coming for both teams. Humber is now in the penalty, so they will shoot every time they get fouled. That means Grujic to the line for 2.
See if Grujic can hit his free throws.
68% shooter at the line.
Nice stroke.
And the first one is up and through. Hits the second one as well. And Ejim will take over for Grujic. I think we're seeing a press here being set by Humber.
Just a 4-point lead so far. I think what Humber's trying to do is they don't think that Langara can actually get the ball up the floor right now.
Ruby does. Newman gets it back to Ruby. Ruby for 3. Nothing but net.
Nice stroke by Ruby.
22-20. Davis. Ejim has it down low. Dishes it off to Dixon. He gets whacked by 2 Falcons. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Good work by Ejim finding Dixon inside.
Foul on Langara, number 9, Newman.
You can see Dixon right now at the line.
As we were saying, OCAA Defensive Player of the Year. But not good at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Around 50%, as I said earlier in the game. Misses the first one, so that's 3 in a row he's missed.
It's usually a big man problem, like you said in the previous game. But,
It's the second one.
I mean, when the man averages 12 points and 12 rebounds a game and 3 blocks,
3
can't
blocks is
really
scary.
ask for much more than that.
Newman takes a seat for Langara. And Elliot Mason is back in. I like the minutes that Newman showed. Ruby. Ling Lee. Mason has it. Goes low, swings right. Jumper off the back rim. Big rebound by Ejim. Humber will have 5 seconds. Junior Davis crossing over. And for 3, Elvis Kerwin. Kerwin Elvis, excuse me.
Interesting first half. Or sorry, first quarter.
Interesting first quarter, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Humber 23, Langara 20, and Langara, both these teams are very high scoring teams. We're gonna take a couple looks at some highlights from that first quarter.
Yeah, they got down really early, but you see Langara trying to make their way back. You know, 3-pointers, a couple from Eduful. And they came in and actually, you know what, they ended up coming back. So, I mean, good on Langara to actually get their feet under them, trying to get their offense going a bit. It's a consistent shooting from them as well.
Yeah, and there was Ruby with the 3-point shot right there. Langara's really had the 3-point stroke going for him. But Humber, when they get inside, they have such big guys. They have Dixon, they have Grujic, they have Ejim. They can all work down low, and they can get to the line, too.
Yeah, and I mean, Humber's going to have to continue this trend because they know Langara's not going to be the team to kind of give up on them. All that experience and that coaching staff, they're going to do something about this to actually get them back into this game.
So if you're Coach Paul Eberhardt in that Falcons huddle, what are you saying?
I'm yelling at my team. I'm telling them, we got to get this going because they know exactly what they're capable of doing. They're just not doing it to the best of their ability, more than anything. And if I'm the coach on Humber's side now, I'm telling my players, do exactly what you've been doing, but keep it going for 4 straight quarters.
Yeah, Humber, we've seen them a couple times in this gym already this year. They beat Mohawk the last game of the regular season, but lost to them by 10 in the OCAA final. So they are OCAA silver medalists, but they haven't won since 2001.
Yeah.
And that's not acceptable for Humber.
No, not at all. But I mean, they were the top team last year. I mean, so they know exactly what they're capable of. Langara as well. But I mean, like you said before, they played in this gym a couple times, so they know exactly what these rims are like. And they played against one of the best teams with Mohawk, you know. So they've been challenged before, and they can rise up to the occasion.
Yeah, Gibson Eduful, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. He's the leading scorer. Nice lob pass there, but an easy miss there by Kahn. Elvis left side. Martin. Ejim. Ejim gets it back, cuts in, gets it poked loose. Dixon has it. 5 on the shot clock. Elvis. Miss. Wow. Dixon came out of nowhere with the right hand board. Elvis up top. Dixon just wasting some more time. Not bad looking stroke there by Ancio Martin, but that's no good. Ruby, strong outlet pass to Matawan. Mason takes the floater, missed. Martin will rush. Davis up top. Gets it back. Inside Ejim, he finishes with the right hand up and under.
Yeah, great little reverse play. And I love the way Humber just worked that ball from one side of the floor all the way to the other and then right back in again.
Ruby gives it to Ling Lee. Ling Lee in the corner for Matawan. Matawan for 3. He's too strong. Big offensive board by Mason. Gets it back. Bounce off the big foot of Elliot Mason. That'll be Humber's ball. Turnover. Costly turnover.
Yeah, you could see Junior Davis and their whole bench getting up for that. That was awesome to see.
Elvis point guard duties right now. Has Eduful right here in front of us, ready to come back on. Davis. Martin, Elvis. Davis has it right now. Cuts baseline twice, gives it inside to Dixon, and he throws up a duck. That's off the right rim. Lindgren in the corner. Matawan missed again. Long rebound for Lindgren. Lindgren with the scoop with the left hand, and that's a great finish.
He's a dangerous player, and I told him he's the key to this Langara offense. He's one who pretty much makes them go, and he knows how to push the pace really well.
Davis with the ball on the right side, guarded. Nice pass into Dixon, and he gets a couple bounces off the back rim and in. Lindgren to Locum. Kahn back into Locum. They're going to call the foul. I think that's going to be against Tyrone Dixon. Yes, it is.
Foul on number 10, Dixon.
Inbound comes in. Mason gives it off to Matawan. Side Locum. See if he goes for that fadeaway again. He does. Off the back rim. Great boxing out by the Hawks. Quick passing. Eduful whips it inside Dixon. Gives it up Bewley. Bewley gets it rim in.
It bounced off his head once it went through the net, so that's how you know how under the net he was.
29-22 for Humber over Langara. 6.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Awkward looking shot by Locum. Another defensive rebound as Eduful takes it up strong, and he's like, nope, I'm gonna bring it back. Go. Dixon still posting up. Bewley thought about taking the 3. Eduful again in the corner. Yes!
That's another 3 for Eduful. That's his third one.
Falcons have to get something going in the second quarter.
Give him 11 points as well.
Lindgren inside Mason. They're going to call the blocking foul on Gone. That's Gone's second foul.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate the three-point shooting of Gibson Eduful so far. I mean, he's got 3 threes, 11 points for the game so far. He's just doing everything, and just scrappy play from him so far in this game.
Ruby to inbound. gets it off quick. Does Hobden. Then a beautiful offensive rebound and finish. Vule. Outside and Seal Martin. Grujic back in the game for the Hawks. Go gives off Vule. Vule for 3. He's money right now.
Dropping a Carmelo threes on him.
Ruby behind the back dribble. They're going to call no foul. Much of the dismay of Langara's coach. Oh my goodness. Big collision there, no call again. That hits off the thigh of the Falcon. Hobden. That'll be Humber ball underneath the basket, 14 on the shot clock. Bench warning. Yeah, bench warning on the Humber Hawks for leaving their feet.
They're a hyperactive group there, so.
They're going to call a foul against Jatinder Locum. I think that might be his second. That's his second foul, and that's pretty big because he is one of their best players, all Canadian. But good defense there because he did not want to foul. He kept his arm straight up, but the finish. 1-2 step, Tinder gets it in, and 1.
You could see the Humber side not too happy about that call, but it did look like he did grab him on the wrist.
I like the pass there by Lindgren into Locum. And he'll take the three-point play with relatively no ease as that free throw goes in.
You see a press being done by Langara right now.
Grujic gets it off. Davis.
Broken beautifully by Humber.
Vule into Grujic. Grujic twists, and he travels.
Yeah.
Took a little too many hop steps. 37-27 for Humber. Under halfway in the second quarter. Lindgren. Ruby. Lingley has it. They're going to call a foul on Vule, who's fighting down with Locum.
Another foul for Chad Vule.
He's going to take a seat here. Tyrone Dixon's coming back in the game. 3 fouls on Vule.
Yeah, and I mean, but the luxury of Humber is that they have 3 big guys who can all rebound, who can all shoot, who can all play that post position really well.
Locum has it. He has the wide open shot, and he'll take it. That's nothing but net. He looks at the bench and gets a couple words in.
Yeah.
Davis. All the way right side. Martin, he gets trapped, and he throws it away to Locum. Falcons have numbers, 1-2. They're going to call the offensive foul. Great work by Junior Davis, getting his feet set, getting hit right in the chest by Glenn Ruby. Glenn Ruby, he had his men to pass to. What would you have done on that one, sir?
I probably would have done exactly what he did, but not try to go for the contact. I mean, the Euro step was there, but I mean, Junior just moved his feet really well. So it's really tough.
Eduful gives it off. Martin. Up to Grujic. Up and under move. Great finish. It throws it away. Dixon takes it. Eduful will calm down. Screen being called. There it is, Dixon. Davis, Martin. Grujic to see if he can get going down low. They're going to call a push on Locum. That is 3. That is 3 on the all-Canadian Jatinder Locum in this first half.
Yeah, he's not really, he's a lot of these careless fouls, you know, like a lot of them are just cut out of bounds plays. You saw him get one on the dead ball there, and I mean, you can't really do that especially against the Humber squad. They'll really make you pay for it, especially on the line.
Yeah, Humber up by 10, 39-29, and would you still be yelling if you were the coach of Langara right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'd still be yelling. Oh, man, they're down 10 right now at the half, and that's not exactly where they want to be, especially this team's not used to being down too often this season. So, I mean, they're going to have to come out here and make a statement in the second half if they want to win this game.
Yeah, they were 16-3, so only 3 losses in a tough Pac West. They were last year's champions, as we've said. They got to really start picking it up. They got to finish this first half strong to cut into this 10-point lead.
And, you know, just a couple possessions here and there, at least get it down to 5 within, just to give yourself a chance. I mean, just 2 stops. That's all it takes for that to happen.
But I'm really liking what Humber's been doing. They've really came in with a chip on their shoulder after losing the OCAAs to Mohawk.
Yeah.
They've been hitting the threes. They've been going down low and bumping and grinding and getting to the line. And they've been hitting all the easy layups that they've been given.
Yeah, but I mean, give credit to Langara too. I mean, their defense has kept them around just enough, and their offense has a little bit picked up just so they can hang around in this game. So, I mean, if they can get it down to a couple points, they'll have a good chance.
So after the foul on Locum, Locum takes a seat, and in comes Devontae Williams for the Falcons. Eduful thought about taking another triple. Gives it off to Martin. He misses, and Davis goes up and under. Grujic has it. Grujic finished with the right hand. Too many offensive rebounds allowed there for the Falcons.
You can see how Paul Erbard is not happy right now. Too many offensive rebounds.
Ruby goes up and under. They're going to call the foul. So Ruby will go to the line for 2 shots. That's on big Grujic.
Yeah, you know, it's hard like that when you're going baseline. You're taking 2 players up with you. I mean, one of them's bound to hit you, so it's so hard to, like, try to avoid the contact.
Grujic from Loznica, Serbia.
Rims out there.
Ruby misses the first one, yes. This is the second one as well. Almost gets his own rebound, but Eduful is out running. Davis takes some jab steps, gives it to Grujic all the way right side. Gets it back. In the corner, Eduful for 3. Oh my goodness, just out. Lindgren. Ling Lee. Ling Lee with the little jumper, and that's nice.
Nice shot there.
Dixon has it. Sets a pick. Rolls. Grujic for 3. Ruby has
coming in. Body's on the floor right now. Open 3. Eduful with the rebound.
Yeah, Eduful taking it up slowly. 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Martin Grujic. All the way inside to Grujic now. Eduful, nice pass. Grujic floats it up and in. They don't have a big man that can deal with him right now.
Not at all.
Especially with Locum on the bench.
Count the big men, man. They have 4.
Yeah. That's a nice pass. Lingley gets it, cuts baseline, and he gets mauled by 3 Hawks. Lingley will go to the line, 2 shots. Ejim back in for the Hawks.
Taking off Grujic there, too.
It's taking off Grujic, yeah.
Good couple minutes they got from
As
Grujic.
you were saying, they have all those big men that they can bring in.
Yeah, they're so deep and talented like that.
Lingley's first shot is up and good.
They complement each other really well. That's the one thing you can say about this team.
Second one is up and short. I think they're going to call the foul there on Ansel Martin. That'll be another 2 shots. These ones are going for Montel Lindgren. Langara now in the bonus. First one stays in. Second one rims in as well. So that's 3 quick points with no time wasting for Langara. 43-34. Minute and a half remaining in this first half.
Only a 9-point game.
Martin goes away from the screen. Swings all the way. Eduful. Davis. Dixon keeping the ball high. Eduful, 2. They have to get something off. Great defense
With
by Ruby.
0.6 remaining on the clock.
There's going to be a timeout set for the Hawks. So it's got to be a catch and shoot, Masood.
Or tip in if you're lucky.
Or
But yeah,
tip
catch
in.
and shoot, without a doubt.
What do you think they do? Who do you think they're going to go to here? Eduful because he's been the hot hand, or you think they're going to go for the tip in?
Honestly, as soon as they get that ball in, doesn't matter who gets
Gotta
it, they're
chuck
just
it.
going to choke it up. Honestly, I don't feel like they're going to have too much time to get the ball off, and they don't really have time to run a play unless it's towards the rim and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, it's got to, yeah, exactly. With 0.6 seconds, you can catch and shoot because, as they've done on sports science, catch and shoot takes only 0.3 seconds. So I'm thinking they're either going to give it to Eduful, maybe even to Dixon. He might do like a little spin around if he has time for it, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. They're going to give it to one of the 3-point shooters, whether it be Davis, Eduful, or Anseal Martin. And
Yeah.
they're just going to have to huck one up, but they need to get their feet set.
Yeah, it's tough to say who they might probably go to on this. But the only thing with Langara, all I'm going to say is they have to defend it well. You know, a lot of like out of bounds movements. They got to make sure they got to have all those players in check, no matter who they are, and keep the inbounder out of it. Whoever's inbounding that ball, make sure they don't get that ball back for a shot.
I don't think they'll have
They
time.
won't have time, but
But he
we've
can
seen
go for the
crazier
rebound.
things happen.
He can go for the rebound.
Yeah,
so.
it's true.
Hey, you have to box out that inbounder for sure.
You can take a look at Paul Ebernaut there, and he's been yelling at his team all half to get themselves going. And I mean,
He's
they're
got a
only
winning
down 9
mentality.
too.
He's got a winning mentality from
Yeah.
last year.
That's what made him coach of the year.
So Eduful to inbound. It's going to be Davis. Davis gets it off. Oh my goodness, almost in. Strong rebound taken by Dixon. Davis has another chance and he travels. He got a little too excited. Eduful is a little upset there. Sloppy turnover there. Lingley to inbound right side. Lindgren spins off, almost loses possession. Ruby. Nice pass up top to Khan.
Nice play.
That must have been a set play.
Yeah.
Lead is cut to 7.
This is a good sign from Langara, too. They got to have to keep this up.
And they're going to call a foul on Dixon there.
And again, he shot the hip out on that screen. You're not supposed to do that.
Langara has really been cutting into his lead in the last minute.
See Sean Collins, the head coach. He's just kind of looking concerned there. Down 7 with less than a minute left to go here.
Lindgren. Eduful on him. Gives it off to Elliott. That's missed. Ball bounced up in the air. Strong takedown by Dixon. 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Eduful, Ejim, all the way left side. Martin, Ejim gets it back. Nice floater, right hand, nothing but net.
Yeah, great shot there by Ejim.
Lindgren's gonna get something off. Gives it inside to Mason. Mason takes it, misses with the left hand. They're gonna get it up, and Lingley does. End of the first half. Humber is up 45-38. This has just been an outstanding first half. Lingley, as we just saw, finished it up there with the putback right hand. We're just waiting for Masood to get a interview with the head coach of Humber. But we're going to take a look at some highlights. Lingley with the nice jumper. There's Grujic spinning, put him in the spin cycle. Lingley has it again. Gets fouled. That's where the illegal screen was. So if you're Humber, you got to be pleased right now. Defeating in the first half, up by 7 against Langara Falcons. They won it last year. They put up a good effort in the second quarter, but still down by 7. That last couple minutes was very strong. They're going to have to continue to boost themselves and work it up, work their way to defeat the Humber Hawks. We're going to go to Masood with an interview.
All right, now we're on to our BMWs on to the semifinals tomorrow night. Charlie and Arnold, you're going to go in, out until you get to the BMW.
Offensive glass, and they got some extra points. They started to move the ball a little bit better. We're moving the ball all right against the zone. We just got to keep competing and doing what we've been doing in the first half.
You guys weren't getting a lot of calls going your way. The refs were, you were in the refs here the whole time. Do you feel like that's going to change the game?
The referees are doing a pretty good, doing a good job. I'm asking for clarification on some of the calls. You know what? These calls are going both ways. I don't feel one team's getting an advantage over another. Both teams are competing, and hopefully a good second half by us, and hopefully we're on the good side.
Okay, good luck. Thank you, Coach. Back to you guys. We'll see you guys at the half. Stopped right away since it was a head injury, and he may be right about that, but we weren't.
Yeah, Tyrone Dixon's still down on the court. I
wonder if we could probably get a replay of that. We're not really sure what happened.
I don't want to take a replay of that.
All
just
right,
in
that's
case,
fair.
Scary.
It's just kind of weird how he just had the ball and all of a sudden his head somehow got hit in the back of the head or right in the back of the neck.
Dixon, a third-year player out of Scarborough, Ontario.
He's not the guy you want to get injured either.
Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year in the OCAA for the Humber Hawks, and this is not a situation you'd like to see. We're actually going to take a quick look at it. We're just going to see exactly what happened for you viewers out there. Couldn't really tell much there, but I think he whacked his head off the ground. And the referees are even in awe of what happened. Training staff is looking at him right now. Only a minute into the second half as well.
And he's a big player for them too. He's not the guy you want to go out to, especially being the double-double machine that he is. Again, we keep saying it, 12 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. Can't really look away from those numbers because he's pretty much that anchor on defense and the guy you look to when you want to get like a stop.
Yeah, nobody getting hurt is good, but when it's a team's best player, one of their best players, it's even scarier. Tyrone Dixon's still lying on the ground. They're tending to his neck. Even Langara Falcons are looking quite concerned. He's getting up.
For them, right?
Checking out his shoulder. Round of applause for him because it's not a situation anybody likes. Whether you're a Humber fan, whether you're a Langara fan, whether you're any fan of any sport.
Injuries are part of the game, and but hopefully this doesn't take away from the Humber Hawks. They're a really good, deep team, like we said. They have a couple of big guys who can probably replace them and still do really well in this tournament, regardless, even if they have Dixon or not. But it's nice to see him getting up and walking to the bench.
Yeah, he's up and he's off, so he's still holding his neck. I think he might have tweaked something in his neck. That might have happened. Might have pinched a nerve or something. Hopefully it's something less serious than that.
Let's hope he can make his way back into the game and hopefully back in this tournament as well.
But the layup happened on the Falcons' end. Locum. So now the lead is only 5, 47-42, and we're back underway. Eduful. Inside Martin. Scone has it. Leaves his feet. Now inside Grujic. Grujic takes a couple left-hand dribbles, spins right. Gets back out to Eduful. They have 4 on the clock. Eduful floats one up and in. Oh my goodness.
He's really good at that little right-hand floater he's got.
Lindgren gives it off. Mason. Lindgren gets it back, taking over point guard duties. For 3, there was Ling Lee, and that was missed. Martin. Mason on him. Grujic inside wide open is Ejim, and that's an easy floater. Left his feet, got as high to the basket as he could. going to call a reach in there on Eduful, reaching in on Lindgren.
See Eduful try to get a little physical with Ingram there.
Lindgren has it now.
It's a nice point guard battle we have going on.
Inside, Locum. Floats it up and misses. Grujic gets the board, but it hits off. Nice crossover by Ruby. Finishes with the right hand. Eduful is back. Goes to Gone. Gone cuts. Swings it all the way. Martin short. Strong rebound by Mason with Eduful all over him. Lingley wants the ball but won't get it. Lindgren cuts left. Goes up hard. A little bit too hard off the backboard, and that's off the Humber Hawks. That'll be Falcons ball underneath the basket.
Yeah. The assistant coach on the Humber side telling his team to wake up. They have come out a little flat-footed. And I think that's the problem here.
Lindgren, Mason. Mason goes up and misses. Unlucky there.
Almost stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, ball saved there by Martin. Eduful has it left side. Pick set by Ejim. Has Grujic thought about it, but gave it to Davis. Eduful again for three? No, off the back rim. Ruby gives it to Lindgren. Ruby has it again. Picks it up. Lingley. Lingley has some dribbles and he'll take one. Gives it to Locum. Locum gets his man up in the air. He nails the 10-foot jumper. 51-46, 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter. And this is the 4-5 matchup we were looking forward to.
Things have gotten a little bit more interesting now.
Grujic spins, almost gives it up to Davis. For three is Martin. They haven't had the shooting stroke this third quarter so far, but Davis hustles to get the offensive rebound. Pass to Grujic far up. And Lindgren has it. Lindgren looked to get fouled, but there's no call. And they're going to say that's off Lindgren last.
That was a great defense from Martin there, just not giving him anything, just going straight up and contesting the shot.
Yeah, Coach Eberhardt pleading with the referees to get some calls. A lot of movement from Junior Davis, and he gets it. Picks it there by Ejim, getting held onto by Lingley. Grujic getting mauled by Yoakum. Gets it back.
He's a little too far off the spot there.
Nice D by Locum, but better offense by Grujic. Fading away and just putting it up softly and gets a nice touch.
That was a tough play, but he made it work for him.
Lindgren, Lingley. Locum for three, air ball, but good hustle by Ruby to almost finish it off and make it look like a pass, but it wasn't. Thrown away to
Good
Mason.
hustle there from
And there's Locum for three, and this time he's too strong. Thought about the last one where he airballed and did the opposite.
Yeah, you don't want to get discouraged as a shooter, you know. When they tell you as a shooter, just keep shooting. Doesn't matter. Your last shot's just a memory at that point.
Grujic put a fake pick, gives it up to Ejim. He's off the back rim, but Eduful with another deep rebound offensively. Martin has it. His left shoelace is untied. That could be dangerous. Grujic for three, back rim. Dangerous play on the ground. They're going to call the foul. I think that's on Eduful. I'm correct. Gonan Bewley coming in for the Hawks. And number 9, Max Newman, who was a spark in that first quarter for the Falcons, is on.
And it looks like Dixon might actually get the okay to return back into this game. That's great to see.
Lindgren, Newman, looking to go into Locum. Doesn't. Gives off to Ruby. They're going to call the offensive foul on Ling Lee. Holding his player, and here he is. That was much quicker than I thought. Only 5 minutes after the injury, Tyrone Dixon, as we've said, OCAA Defensive Player of the Year, 12-12, 3 averages.
Tough guy. I mean, it's hard to keep a guy like that down, let's be honest here. Eduful bring the ball up the floor.
Picks it there by Bewley. Fake pick again. Dixon into Bewley. Bewley posting up, spins right, floats one up, misses. Newman flew out of nowhere to get the defensive rebound. Oh, that should be a carry, but no call.
We might have saved it, actually. We don't really. It's probably what the ref saw.
Locum. Ling Lee. Lindgren. Almost gets it tipped away and stolen away by Eduful. Eduful's going in between 2 Falcon defenders. Easy right-hand layup. Great work. Took out the big Kahuna Sports Company sign. Shout out. What? Locum.
That looks to be on Dixon on Locum.
So we're going to take a look at the live chat. Daniel Tube again. Now he thinks Humber should be playing in the NBA. What do you think about that?
I think he's too much of an NBA fan. That's what I think.
Yeah, CCAA and NBA, far off. But you never know. One day somebody could make the NBA from the CCAA. You never know.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, it's just the systems are completely different from each other. You know, the offenses are much more complex. Their defenses are much more complex. So many sets they have to look out for. It's a completely different kind of game. So yeah, shout out to Daniel Tube. All for that one, but
Locum has Bewley on him. Spinning right side, gives it out. Ling Lee for 3. Short. Eduful flew in. 3-foot vertical, it looked like.
yeah, that was awesome play.
55-46, 3 minutes remaining in the third. Eduful for 3. Not a lot of three-pointers going. Not a good shooting
Looks like a
percentage
3-on-2 right now.
Ruby gets it poked away. Locum for 3. He's been off. Good keep in by Junior Davis. Eduful is going to calm the game down.
And you can see Eduful bring the ball up the floor. Gives it up. Driving in. Beautiful right layup.
Great finish by Gone on the right-hand layup, as you said. Use the left arm to shield out the defender. Finish far away from his body with the right hand.
With that too, a couple stops, and you know your Humber's right back up there with an 11-point lead.
Yeah, timeout there for Langara. That's much needed. The offensive stroke just hasn't been going for either team in this third quarter so far.
At
but
least not
Humber still has a lead.
Yeah, at least not. Yeah,
Exactly.
right. It hasn't been completely consistent, but I credit their defenses. I mean, both their defenses have been active, and you can partly credit them for why their defenses are. So I mean, in this kind of game right here, you know, it seems like Humber's got a little bit more offense to push and a lot more weapons on their team.
Yeah, for sure. Langara only 8 points so far in this quarter with 2.5 minutes left. Humber with 12, so Humber leading every quarter so far, even if it's by like a 3-point like they did in the first quarter, 4-point like they did in the second quarter, or which will be 5 points if the quarter ended right now.
Right, yeah.
Humber, as long as you're beating them in every single quarter, you're going to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you can't. I feel like at this point, they haven't had consistent offense, but if you want to win, you're going to have to get stops on the end. You have to stop Humber somehow. You know, they can't let those big guys get out and open. And those second chance points are absolutely killing this team.
Yeah, the bench for Humber is huge. When you have Bewley coming off, when you have Elvis coming off, just Junior Davis, just these guys, just outstanding. It's great to see them in the CCAA tournament.
Now you see a full court press.
Here's Khan. Gives it off to Ruby. Langley has it now. Looking for something, gives it to Khan. Ruby wants it. Ruby's wide open, he gets it. Shoots it. Bangs out. Newman with an offensive rebound. He's spinning up and under. He misses it. Grujic, just the man among boys that looked like there, but swinging elbows.
Kind of elbowed him there a bit.
But they're going to call that on Langara.
That's
Yeah,
a
we-
little
Yeah, we're going to take another look at that. Yeah, not right now, actually. We might take a look at that later because that looked dangerous. Grujic moving his arms around, but you can't get in his space. No shot for Grujic there as they call the foul before the shot on Khan. Iceman like Gervin says Humber needs to go inside, and I totally agree. What do you think?
I'm sorry, what was his name?
Iceman like Gervin.
Shout out to George Gervin.
Yeah.
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
Dropping 33 points in a single quarter.
And there Humber is going inside.
What did he say?
He said Humber needs to go inside, and they did right there.
Yep.
So maybe we should hire him as an analyst. A nice finish there by Ruby.
Yeah, it's 100% true, because especially when you have those big players in there, you have a really good post presence. So yeah, 100% right. That's another
Really
three.
wide open for three, and he's been hitting. Not right now. Khan with the offense, with the defensive rebound. Minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. Humber up by 11. Khan trying to get it off. Gives it to Ling Lee. Into Newman. Newman gets Davis in the air, throws one up and in.
Nice play by Newman.
Newman's been a stud off the bench.
Yeah, he's been
he
doing
hasn't had a lot
his
of
thing.
minutes, but he's been working hard.
He's had a really consistent first half, and he's continuing it in the third quarter.
Grujic left side, all the way going. Davis
Open
gets
three.
it back. Davis for three. Rims out. Khan with another strong defensive board.
And Langara here has a chance to end this third quarter strong.
Newman had it, but ran right into the body of Vule, and Vule swats it away. And there's Elvis. Oh my goodness, another hard landing.
He landed right on his knee there.
Yeah, he landed right on Ruby as well.
Number 4, Ruby.
Lindgren is back in the game for Ruby for the Falcons, and Ejim now in the game for Junior Davis.
Let's hope Elvis
Excuse
is
me,
okay.
he's taking
He's
up
walking
Vule.
okay. He landed really awkwardly on his Ruby's knees there.
Kerwin Elvis, first year out of Brampton, 6'1" point guard. That fall might have affected his free throw stroke.
Very possible.
Less than a 50% shooter at the line throughout the season. He's 50% on that trip. 30 seconds remaining on the game clock. 18 on the shot clock. Good cut in by Mason. Almost got the and one to go, but no, so he will go to the line for 2 shots. Good hustle by
Elliot Mason, usually one of their better players, averaging better than like almost 14.3 points per game. And I mean, pretty uncharacteristic of them to have such a low scoring output 3 quarters into this game.
First one is good.
It's only his 4th point so far this game.
Second one is strong. He'll be 1 shot for Humber as the clock reads 18.4. Elvis left side, Martin gives it into Grujic. Grujic just floats one up. It's tipped out, so now Falcons have a chance. Lindgren up strong and finishes with the left-hand curl. That's the end of the third quarter.
Oh, he's hurting on his hip right now.
Yeah, coach.
That's the way you have to end it, though. That's the way you have to end it. So, I mean, they're only down 6 going into the 4th. So, I mean, Langara is exactly where they want to be.
Definitely.
Exactly where they want to be. I mean, less than 6 points down in this going into this 4th quarter. They really have to push it in that 4th quarter and really take it to Humber. Kind of take that momentum away from them and have that game back.
We're going to take a look at some highlights from that third quarter. There's Grujic. Oh, there's the elbow.
Yeah.
That does not look like a defensive call. That was a nice take.
Yeah, great play there by Ruby. You see Grujic with a nice pass to Ejim. And missed three-pointer there with the foul. Well, here's that awkward landing by Elvis right over top of Louis.
Ouch.
Well, we kind of missed it, but
We saw it.
we did, yeah. And you could probably expect Humber, especially Paul, honestly on the Langara side, you wouldn't expect them to really take it to his team and let him know that we're going to have to do something about this. We don't really have a stat sheet in front of us. You can't really tell. Here we go. Finally got things going.
Yeah, Locum with 13 points.
Yeah,
4
14
rebounds.
points for Grujic. And 15 points for Eduful.
6 of 10 shooting as well, and 7 rebounds and 3 assists. And that's a point guard.
Yeah, doing everything. And 1 turnover, too, let's not forget. And a steal. This guy's just doing everything on the floor. All in about 23 minutes of work.
It's been outstanding. At the end of that quarter, Sean Collins, the head coach for Humber, was very upset by Grujic. He said 1 shot. 1 shot doesn't mean 1 shot early in the clock.
Yeah.
You got to waste the clock out and take it right when the buzzer's going so they don't have an opportunity to go back and score like they did right there.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, when you're a player, you just have that instinct and you know when you're supposed to score, but you can't really go with your coach's wishes at all times on the floor. You know, such a fast-paced game, you can't really tell.
The points off the bench are huge in the favor of Humber, 23-8. Also, second chance points, they go towards the Langara Falcons, 11-2. The Hawks have been shooting strong from 3, unlike the Falcons. Falcons only shooting 15.5% from 3. Newman, Locum, back inside Newman. Pump fakes up, puts it in. It's in the trees. Lingley takes the jumper, rattles out. But again, Newman gets hacked by Anseal Martin, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's been the energy player the Falcons have needed.
Exactly that. You know, he's got one guy off the bench who's actually been really consistent. It's kind of been matching the bench strength of the Humber, but not to the same extent them. But, you know, it speaks to Humber's depth all the time.
Max Newman, line for 2. First one, back rim and in.
7 points so far in this game.
Second one's off back iron and out. And I agree with you, Iceman like Irvin. Ellie Mason does need to come alive for Langara. Kicked it outside. Eduful faked it. He wanted it. Gives it inside to Grujic. Grujic spins right. Floats one up. Misses. Good work by Lingley tapping it out to Lindgren. Kahn in the corner. Excuse me. That's Medawan. Matt Medawan. 5th year out of Richmond. Nails the 3.
And his first points of the game through a wide open three-pointer.
60-58. This is the 4-5 game we came to expect. Martin. Going all the way right side, Eduful. And Eduful fires back with the triple.
18 points overall for Eduful.
Lindgren has to get it across, and does. Medawan has it.
10 points
Pick going
left
to be
on the
set here
shot
by
clock.
Lingley. Gets trapped. Newman got going in the air and took it up. No foul
Came
call
down
there.
hard. Slow getting up.
Go. Martin cuts baseline. Oh, I thought he was going to throw down a dunk, but take the easy layup when you can. Lead is back up to 7 for Humber. Pump fake. Locum. Lindgren. Pump fakes a couple passes. Awkward looking jumper. Taken down by Grujic, and they're going to call the foul there on Ling Lee. 3 fouls for Ling Lee now. Just under 8 minutes remaining. The second game of the CCAA National Championship.
See Newman coming off the bench, kind of holding his head, not sure what happened there.
Martin. Dixon. Great passing inside. Dixon gets it back, and he finishes easily. Lindgren needs to get something going for the Falcons here. Matawan. There's Elliott. He missed, but
Locum with the rebound.
yeah, Locum with a stronger hand.
Throws
Throws
it
it away.
Pick off by Dixon.
One-hand interception of that pass. Gone now. Eduful. Martin inside. Ejim gets swatted by Locum. They're going to say that's off Humber. Good defense there. Locum getting the block. It going all the way out.
You know, that's probably exactly what Langara wanted, just the ball in their court with a full shot clock to work with. Trying to make this way back into this game.
Lindgren, left side. Mason. Matawan gets it in to Locum. Locum, the All-Canadian, works in the middle. He travels. That's too many steps. Humber up by 9, and this lead's been growing and shrinking the whole game for Humber.
Yeah, because it feels like for every they were down 2 just a couple minutes ago. So I mean, they do have the firepower, Langara, to actually come back and give Humber a game here, but it just
Dixon gets whacked in the arm when he's trying to pass it out to Martin. Langara has not led this entire game.
not once. They got literally as close as 2 points, and that's it so far. But
here comes Khan taking off Locum. Timeout on the floor for Humber. You have to be happy if you're Coach Collins for Humber right now. They've been playing great offensively and defensively.
yeah, but they almost lost it there, and I think that's what Sean Collins is a little upset with. He could have, at a lot of times, their pride to like get their offense going a little bit more, but I guess it's really tough for that team because only because of Langara themselves. But they've been doing what they can to actually get back in this game and doing what they can to win.
Langara, they went 16-3 this season. They know how to win. They know how to come back and win. They were last year's champions. Do you think they can do it right now?
Yeah, you know what?
Plenty of time.
6 minutes, 31 seconds left. I mean, anything can happen in this game for sure. I mean, it only takes a couple stops to get back into a game like this. I mean, 9 points, let's be real here. They can definitely do something here. But it all starts on the defense. They have to stop the offense there for Humber. As hard as it is to do, they have to do it.
Again, we ask you on YouTube, will Langara repeat as champions? We'd like to see your answers. We get to see a lot of people, and 2 people are saying that Elliott Mason needs to come back and come alive for Langara's offense, and I totally agree.
100% true. He's been one of their, again, like I've said it before too, he's got about 15 points per game, usually on average, but the man hasn't been doing much in this game, only about 4 points in this game. So I think, credit Humber. I mean, they really did the scouting report, they read it up on them.
Back underway. Eduful. Shot clock went to 14. Vule for 3. Vule missed short. There he is.
That's a
Mason.
careless foul there by Martin.
Yeah, Martin with another foul.
Foul on Humber, number 10, Gibson.
Well, it looks like I was on Dixon, not
Yeah,
Martin.
they're going to call that
My
Dixon.
mistake.
Lingley has it. With the bigger man, Grujic on him. Newman. Get Khan. Newman with another awkward jumper. Fighting for the offensive rebound. Martin takes it away. Vule. Grujic has it up top. He's always that outlet pass. He gets it back. Loses possession. Now he gets it back. He goes up strong, misses, gets the offensive rebound, goes up again and finishes. That's what helps having a big 6'10" guy like that.
Yeah.
On your team.
And that's why he's on this team. You know, he's a big body presence who can just work the post and just get rebounds.
There's Mason here. Nice dish inside Lingley. Vule with the strong defense, excuse me. Mason gets the board. Khan for 3. short. Follow your own rebound there. That's all I could say.
Yeah, and then
That
I
came
think
right
he went
back
really
towards him.
early into that shot clock too.
Martin. Gonna go inside. They give it to Bewley. Bewley gets no love off the rim. Lindgren. Mason has it now. Mason for three. No.
They're going to need a couple of those if they want to come back into this game with less than 5 minutes left. Still lots of time though.
Bewley, Eduful.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining.
Bewley has it.
Nice
Nice
step
Euro
over.
step. Ooh, floater with the right hand. Timeout Langara. Coach Aberhart not pleased by the way his team is playing on both ends. I wouldn't be either. 13-point lead for Humber, 4.5 minutes remaining. And not very confident looking faces on the Falcons end. But on the Hawks end, they're all up on their feet. They're loud.
Yeah, I mean, they have every right to be. I mean, they're doing everything they can in this game to actually win. I mean, they were down really close in that third quarter, but they've really pushed the pace in this fourth to actually get the ball and the lead up here.
Yeah, Vule Grujic is one of the main guys as well for Humber. He's so big. He's 6'10", and that's what Iceman like Gervin says. Why doesn't Humber give it to him all the time?
They got a lot of weapons on their team. That's why. I mean, he's not the only guy on their team, and you've seen him a couple times, flop on the plays and not be able to convert too much on offense. But credit Eduful. Honestly, I think he's the one guy on the team who's actually made this team go right now. 18 points, 5 rebounds. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. I mean, he's just doing everything on the floor right now, and he's making this team go.
Yeah, he's the floor general for sure. He has all the confidence in the world in his shot right now. He's got all the confidence in the world in his pass and his defensive game. So when you're a confident basketball player, that'll help you in the long run for sure.
And like you said before, he's one of those shifty point guards. He's fast, but he's like really shifty, going up and left, right and left all the time. So I mean, he knows what he's doing on the floor, and he's definitely getting his team involved.
We're gonna see if Langara cut into this 13-point lead. 4.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, the second game of the CCAA National Tournament. And Ruby cuts in hard. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
There have been some hard fouls in this game. Some really hard fouls.
But stick tuned to MLink on YouTube. Around 6 o'clock tip-off will be the VIU Mariners #2 and the #7 Lethbridge Kodiaks. Same guys on the call, Liam Dunlop, Masood Nazer, as Ruby misses the first free throw. Second one is good. Davis taking up the ball. Now they give it to their point guard. Davis has Mason all over him, and they're going to call the foul on Mason for a grab, or holding is the basketball term. Gone has it. Keeps the ball nice and low. Gets it off Grujic. Hands it off. 3 on the clock. Drives in. Floats it up and misses. 3-on-1 break. And Lingley ends up getting it and finishes with the right hand. Nice pass by Lindgren.
Yeah, perfectly executed 3-on-1 break there. Jad Bewley had no chance on that defense.
Sometimes you feel bad for those guys. The last guy back. You're playing proper defense, but sometimes you just get left out to dry. As Goan takes it in, throws it up, off the back rim. And in. Ruby, stop pop, off the back rim. And there's Mason. Inside, Locum's back in. Gives it to Lingley. Lingley rattles it home.
Nice shot. 10-point game with 3 minutes left. Got to get a stop if you're Langara right now.
Davis left side, picks up by Bewley. Grujic gets it taken away by Locum. Locum's gonna go up.
Nice jam.
Now they're going to start a press. Almost a sloppy pass in from Grujic. Eduful has one. They're going to call a blocking foul on Glenn Ruby. While that play was going on, there was a big collision in the middle of court, center court. Dixon and Ancio Martin are in. Grujic is taking a well-deserved rest.
Personally, I didn't really have too good a look at it, but it looked like he might have maybe had his arms too high up. Yeah, it's possible. But
Going into Dixon. Dixon takes the jumper, falls down while shooting. Ruby up. Lingley overcooked it. Sometimes you got to make those passes.
they have the right idea, score fast. I mean, it's just with plays like that, you really have to be patient for sure.
8-point lead, 2.5 minutes remaining. Humber 73, Langara 65. Martin has it. Dixon. Gone. Back to Dixon, wide open. Almost the and one. Almost runs over our camera guy.
Shout out to Jacob, the camera guy.
Wow, he almost got run over.
And Wyndham, the cable puller. Good job, guys.
Good balance. That's an expensive piece of equipment.
It is, yeah.
Dixon will go to the line for 2 after that hard foul.
And if you're Langara, you're happy with Dixon at the line. You know, about 50% free throw shooter. Ooh, he made the first one.
Hot right now, though.
You saw him early in the first minute of the third quarter. Maybe pinch a nerve or did something to his shoulder, but he came right back into the game 5 minutes later.
Second one's missed, so he's continuing with a 50%. Lindgren looks up at the clock. Pick being set here by Locum. Will he get it back? He does. Floater up and in off the hook. Here comes a press.
7-point game now.
5 seconds.
And that's a turnover too. Yeah, this is exactly what they want right now. There's still time. There's still time. If you're Humber, you have to be really patient right now.
Mason to inbound, gets it up. Locum misses. Comes out. He gets grabbed. Ruby does. He gets it out to Lindgren. Lindgren gets fouled. No continuation. So Langara, I think they will be having shots.
I think they'll be actually on the baseline play. Yeah. Neither team is in the bonus yet.
Mason to inbound. 19 on the shot clock, 149 on the game clock. Locum gets it. Lindgren. In the corner, Mason. Airmail. Dixon. Up to Eduful. That was a big air ball. There's Gone. Shifty. Left side, Eduful. They're wasting as much time as possible, which makes sense. Gives it up. Ejim misses the easy one. Didn't touch the rim, so Eduful has to put one up, and he does. That's missed. Ruby's rushing the floor. He gets mauled by Gone. Now he will be going to the line for 2 shots.
And if you're Langara, this is exactly what you want.
Cut the lead to 5 if he hits both.
Yeah, I'm loving the composure by Langara right now. You know, not giving up at any point in this fourth quarter. And you can see Max Newman come back into the game.
Takes out
taking
Egypt.
taking off Elliot Mason. He's hurting right now.
Ruby hits the first one. Nice, calm and composed. Second one is missed, but Lee gets the rebound. Lindgren, Ruby, cutting baseline, spin back. Locum for 3. Air ball. That might have helped as Newman got it. Locum again for 3, and he missed again. Locum has been off today. The foul goes against Newman. And
Yeah, Humber's
if you're
not
Locum,
happy, not boxing out at all on those three-point attempts and just giving chance after chance for Langara. They're right there.
But if you're Jatinder Locum, those weren't the easiest of shots, but I think you have to make some of them.
Yeah,
You're an all-Canadian. You're one of the best in all of Canada. And if it's crunch time and they give you the ball, you gotta go with it, and you gotta make those shots.
And if you can't get, like, I mean, that last shot, for example, that wasn't really the smartest play. I mean, you got two guys on you. You still could at least give up the ball to an open shot. I mean, you have two people on you. That means one of your teammates is actually open. Give it to him and let him make a play.
Dixon misses the first one.
And again, this is the guy you want at the line. Makes a second.
Good defense by Ancio Martin. Knocked that out of bounds. Lindgren, gotta get something. Mason spinning back. Nice floater. Timeout taken by Humber. 5-point lead. 46 seconds remaining, and this is the 4-5 matchup we've been wanting.
I mean, they're still down 5 with less than 46 left, but I mean, give it up to Langara, honestly. They deserve a round of applause for the game they've had. And Elliot Mason, even with a limp leg, you see him with that post move from the right to left with the fadeaway. Beautiful shot.
Right to left, then back right again. My word.
Great, yeah. I mean, they've been doing what they can in this fourth quarter, and they haven't gave it up, too. Great to see.
We've seen a lot of good things from the press break for the Hawks. So what kind of press do you think Langara is going to do? A full press, or you think it's going to be like half-court trap?
They may not press at all. They might not let press at all, but maybe a half court, like you might have just said. Just maybe right at the half court line, just to get them maybe over the line or whatnot, trap them there so they can't go right back, and maybe give the ball up like right around the 3-point line area.
Do you see them going to the hack a Dwight, hack a Shaq thing in the NBA?
With Dixon, maybe, yeah. But I mean, he's split a couple of his free throws, so it's maybe not best to foul right now. I say if they get a stop on this possession and they were able to score, then you start fouling.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like, time will probably be down like 24 seconds. You're looking at maybe 23 seconds to work with right after that.
Yeah, and Langara can steal the ball. They have very long defenders with a long arm, so you never know.
Yeah. So I'll let them ride out this one possession and try to come back for it.
Going to inbounds. That's an easy one. That's what they do. I called it. Hack Dixon. Newman's taking a seat for Mason.
Paul Ebernard, veteran coach. He knows exactly what he was doing on that play. Put the pressure on Dixon to make his free throws.
There it is. Missed the first one. Second one is, just goes in off the front rim. So he splits them again. Ruby has it. Locum hands it off. Mason cuts in with another fadeaway. Missed this time. Dixon gets the rebound and he gets hit again.
2 more shots for Dixon.
That's an angry face on Elliot Mason. And he's limping still on that right leg. He has his knee taped up.
Yeah, he's pretty angry with himself. He's been playing hurt pretty much this whole game, so that's probably part of the reason why he hasn't had such a great game.
Smart work by Humber having Gone and Grujic back just in case the miss. Dixon misses the first one again.
They're going to have to be quick here off miss or make. Langara has to push this ball or hopefully take a timeout if they're smart.
It's the second one. It's like we're broken record whenever Dixon goes to the line. Lindgren loses possession and Dixon jumps on it and Lindgren has it. Ball's on the ground. They're going to call a jump ball. That is Humber's.
welcome.
Arrow points to Humber.
Yeah, Langara's made a game out of it. They really have. It might be a little too late for them now, but really valiant effort on their part.
You lead inbounds. Goes into Eduful, stolen away. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds before the pass. That would have been huge.
That would have been crazy, yeah.
Bule's going to be doing it again. I think they might try to go into somebody else other than Eduful now.
Yeah, you saw Eduful pick from Martin, but it was actually a fake, so Eduful can get it right back, and now they give it to Martin.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll foul him either.
Good double. They give it to Grujic, and he loses it, and he lands on the ball. Grujic at the line, around a 70% shooter on the season, so he's pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say Ruby had quite a few fouls, and I wasn't sure. Coach Sid mentioned something about him being fouled out, and I think he was right.
Grujic misses the first one. And the second one as well. That's going to go off. Lucio Martin. Langara is going to have to pray for a miracle. Down 7.
I think Sean Collins has to make a not to foul on this play.
There's the dream almost banked in. Locum gets it, and he gets fouled. If it went and1, could have said there's a possibility, but still with a 7-point. Might be cut to a 5-point. This game is most likely over.
Just a great overall effort there by Humber.
Locum hits the first one.
No, Locum's had a subpar game at most. Never really got like in tune with in his rhythm for offense.
Misses well. Gone gets the rebound, and this game is over.
No, I give it up to them. They really did well.
The champions are done. Langara Falcons lose this one, 77-71 to the Humber Hawks, and Mohawk will be playing later. Could we have 2 OCAAs?
It's very possible.
In the semis?
It's very possible, and I mean, I'll give it up to Langara, man. They really put up a really valiant effort in that game, especially when they were down early. What was it? Almost 10, 12 points in that first half, and then coming back and then making a game of it in this fourth quarter. But give it up to Humber as well. I mean, their defense really picked up. Their defensive intensity, really physical down low with their 3-4 big guys, getting the rebounds and making them count.
We're gonna take a look at some game highlights here. You go.
And yeah, you can see Elvis landed awkwardly on Ruby there, and that 3-pointer to cut the lead down to 2. It's a lot of physical play for these 2 games. And then the big guy, Grujic, doing his thing. You can see like Locum there with the jam. It's a great game overall.
Yeah.
I mean,
end of the game, 77-71 for Humber over the defending champions Langara. Liam Dunlop, Masood Nazer. We'll catch you around 6 p.m. for the number 2 VIU Mariners versus the number 7 Lethbridge Kodiaks. See you at 6.